Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. My explorers, namaste to you. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country. And here we are at the beginning of yet another one of my landmark call-in shows where you can call me directly, Leslie Tanner, and explore a topic given on any night. Now, tonight, we are going head first with a cultural phenomenon that is so abrasive, so oppressive, that it needs to be stopped in its tracks, and it will be stopped tonight. We say stop it with the opportunities tonight on Explorations. Namaste, everyone. How is everyone doing out there tonight? It's wonderful to be with you. It's me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. From coast to coast, you can find us out on the streets, extolling the virtues of the four tenets and watching the benefits come in. Craigulators, resubbing, blessings and namaste. We've got so many coming in. Craigulators coming in, resubbing for the 39th month in a row, just to say it works. It goddamn works. It goddamn works. Fram, we're going to come back and repeat this as a psychic emergency. But in the meantime, we got a little bit, guys, it's basically a traffic jam. And we are jumping in head first into a little bit of something we call Jazz Express here. Buckle up. Yeah, let's keep it little. Let's make sure we keep it little on the screen. I prefer that. Namaste, everybody. We've got some messages coming in, some excitement for the Jazz. Stone Monster 400 saying, let's go. Namaste. Stone Monster re-subbing for the 29th month in a row. Let's go. Phil Z74 saying, hey, Dickface, have you figured out the delay for Bit Redemption Visions yet? No, Phil Z. No, I have not. No, I have no idea where that's coming from. Pepper and Chini says, all aboard, bitch. All aboard the Jazz Express. Toot toot. Going through it. And let's keep me small. I really like that part. I prefer that. Fram, we are with a really long psychic emergency that we're going to get to after the conclusion of this Jazz Express. But let's see how many stops along the way we are going to blast through tonight. Namaste, everybody. Georgia Space, namaste. Blessings to you, Georgia Space, coming in hot, coming in fast, coming in hard with a raid of your own. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. We come here to transform our lives every single night. Namaste and welcome, Raiders. Raiders, how are we doing? How was the stream? What was the energy like towards the end? Can you please fill me in? And in the meantime, sort of allow yourself to get in touch with a sensual experience that you see on the screen. A sensual experience of jazz music sort of catapulting you from one end of the spectrum, from the physical end, away from the mind, into the physicality. What is it like to be touched? What is it? What would it be like if I touched you? My ears are telling me no, but my body is telling me no also. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. Also, Georgia Space, brother Georgia Space, can you let me know how the stream was? Brother George, fill me in. George, talk to me. Georgie, I need you to fill me in. What was the energy like? No, if there's a single person in the chat right now, that needs that sort of sensual jazz experience, I would say I'd vote for Fisk Mummy. We upset a few scammers. It was lovely to feel. Yes, bringing pain to the jackals and rapists that plague us all. Namaste to you, Georgia in space. Blessings and namaste. I love that you could kind of get underfoot and you could and just really cause some shenanigans with these jackals and rapists. Jackals are just little dog guys. Not Mish, not now. Not Mish, not now. Not now. Not Mish, not now. Do not do that. Stop. Namaste, everybody. That was a little bit of jazz. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves for that Jazz Express. That was a special one. I could feel the electricity sort of percolating through. I could feel the sort of, and I could tell because some of you, I knew it was working. You know how you can tell jazz is working? It's because part of the people like it, and part of the people, it is obvious that they don't. It's not that they just kind of are like fine with it, and they can ignore it, and they can check their phone. They are actively upset that it is happening where they feel like they can't leave. They feel like they can't disengage from it for some reason. And that's how you know it's working. That is, and you can ask any jazz musician, you can ask any of, there might be a jazz musician in the chat right now, and you can ask them. There's going to be about 4 people in the audience that at maximum that are listening. And of the 4 that are listening, you got 2 that are nodding their head, 2 that are shaking their head. No, stop. I wish this would stop. Namaste. Blessings and namaste to everyone. Phil Z74 coming in with a communal vision. I can't wait to get into that perspective. Thanks so much, Phil. I'm also going to get to Framwayard's PNS. We are off. Georgia Space subbing for the 9th month. You son of a bitch. You son of a goddamn bitch with that extremely generous support. Extremely generous support coming in from George in space tonight. Namaste. That was like pube floss of hate. So we're talking like really sort of a very deeply seated resentment, I think, that Phil Z's talking about. Deeply seated resentment and also maybe a little with a dash of bigotry. He's talking about pubic floss of hating a demographic. And Phil Z, I'd love to get into which one you're talking about. Love to sort of get into that. Namaste. Nigel Pennyweather, jackals and rapists, 50 bits. Namaste to you. Not me, single bit. Blessings and Pepper and Cheney coming in real hot with the communal vision. Namaste. Phil Z said, I have a recurring nightmare of a train driven by Tom Cruise slamming into my anal ring. So he's having gay thoughts for Tom Cruise, and good for him. Good for him. You know, those of us have been in the proximity of Phil Z have noticed that, maybe there's something going on, and I think it's just that he's closeted. That he's a closeted man waiting to burst out, right? Waiting to feel the excitement of becoming. Welcome back, Phil. How far into the handle Into the handle of vodka, are you? Then we've got a response coming from Phil Z in just a moment. In the meantime, though, wow, we are rich with raid this evening. Guys, we have not been streaming for maybe like 20 minutes in total, and we are up to 4 raids. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is not a sign that we are on the right path, if this is not a sign of light, attracting light, the light that we develop here at Explorations growing. And Phil Z says, not as far as I am into your mom. So what I hear from Phil Z is he's having sex. Phil Z is having sex with Pepperoncini's mother. And any response, Pepperoncini'd love to get a response from you in regards to that. Namaste. Blessings. But guys, holy frickin' moly, Uncle Krosov coming in hot. Uncle Krosov coming in hot with the Hold Space tribe. Good freaking Lord. Guys, if you have not followed George's, if we could get a couple shout outs for Georgian Space, but also for a Hold Space for my tribe. I would love that. I would absolutely love that if a moderator could do that for me. I'm a little busy. I'm channeling. I'm riding the waves. I'm having a lot of fun with my community. And we are just getting started tonight. You think the excitement on the energy on the screen is just popping, is exploding, a real Orville Redenbacher situation? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started. This is Explorations with Leslie Tanner, and we guarantee that as soon as you engage, we guarantee nothing short of transformation in every area of your life that you desire a change. And there are many out there that desire this exact change. Pepperoncini, so like half an inch. Also, you're fucking a pile of ashes. Okay, so Pepperoncini coming back real quick, real fast, saying, Phil Z, you have a penis that's about a half an inch. A half-inch penis. I'm just getting excited. We're going to do Fram's penis. Don't you worry, hon. Oh, sweetheart, thank you. Phil Z74 with 100 more bits. We're going to get to Fram's penis in just a moment. Big Fram coming in. He kicked She'll be alive after I'm done with her, says Phil. Ooh, honestly, Phil, not bad. So Phil has come to play. Phil has come to sort of wiggle that fanny around the dance floor and see who's here for the taking. Because that is not a side of Phil that we see very often. We don't often see, normally we see a sort of self-sabotaging, sort of riddling goblin kind of just wandering in and saying any such sort of poetic riddle. Beautiful stuff. But not very often do we get to see that side of Phil Z, user explorer Phil Z74. Nindy knew the only opportunity you need is the opportunity to do the program. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Nindy knew. Really beautiful stuff. Really gorgeous stuff. And we've got a psychic emergency.
This is the Psychic Emergency National Alert System, also known as PNAS. We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Fram to issue a psychic emergency, community safety alert. People have been messaging me that Phil is back and trolling. Explorers are advised to avoid contact with Phil. If sustained contact with Phil is unavoidable, explorers are advised to nod politely until a mod arrives on the scene. Any Explorer WHO receives a direct message from Phil is advised to ignore it and delete their Discord account. If you have been exposed to the contents of a DM from Phil, immediately contact the Phil Control Center at 708-240-8953. Repeat. Community safety alert. People have been messaging me that Phil is back and trolling. Explorers are advised to avoid contact with Phil. If sustained contact with Phil is unavoidable, explorers are advised to nod politely until a mod arrives on the scene. Any Explorer WHO receives a direct message from Phil is advised to ignore it and delete their Discord account. If you have been exposed to the contents of a DM from Phil, immediately contact the Phil Control Center at 708-240-8953. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
I see what's going on. Okay, good. We're good. Namaste. Namaste, beautiful. Blessings and namaste. So thank you so much for the psychic emergency from Fram. Giving everybody a heads up. User PhilZ74 is back in the mix. And Fram just coming out and saying what he feels, what he thinks. Saying like, heads up, new explorers. The man got a dick the size of an acorn. Says Nigel Pennyweather. So we're teeing up. We are teeing up and whacking off on PhilZ74. Namaste. Pepperoncini also with a quick little communal vision that almost fell under the radar. If anyone is going to raise my mom from dead, it's a 1-for-1 look-alike of Peter Griffin. So Pepperoncini making a really interesting comment about his dead mother, a sort of a sexual attraction, a sort of supernatural sexual attraction to the fictional character from the beloved sitcom Family Guy, Peter Griffin. Motion sensor from aliens pinging like crazy, but it's for a bunch of Phil Z's in the wall. Wow, now that's a beautiful thought. Namaste for the 10 months. OM Godspeed for the 10 months. Very generous of you, Brother Godspeed, guys. Brother Godspeed at 10 months, nearing on a year very soon. Nearing on a year. Blessings and namaste. So, guys, welcome. Oh, real quick, we got a communal vision. We're going to have to... No, we've got... Great, another opportunity, just what I needed. Namaste. Guided meditation. All right, here we go. You look into the sky, the clouds part. God is there. He says, yes, you are my child. You hear yes from the mouth of God and feel good. Yes, an affirmation of life. Yes, an affirmation of being. Yes, an affirmation of your desires. You look to the earthly world around you, and your mind fills with possibilities. Directions. Your body fills with a euphoric energy of possibility. You look up to the God for a little bit of direction, and says, yes. You continue searching through hobbies, searching through jobs, searching through relationships. Nothing for direction. Ultimately, you look up to God, and He just says yes. Namaste. PhilZ74, Tropes, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the bits and the guided meditation. For some reason, the camera keeps resetting me to be super tiny in some places. PhilZ74, Pepperoncini is like Stevie from Family Guy, except gay and with a lisp. So we're talking about like that 90s caricature of being gay, that sort of, holding the hands up here and being like, stop, that kind of gay. And that is a kind of gay that I wish would come back. Because back at, the 90s was a heyday for something, for two things. One, that kind of gay, that kind of stop, let's go shopping, that kind of gay, yes. Then also, the 90s brought to us the distinction of a metrosexual. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinction of a metrosexual isn't simply a cultural distinction, it is a spiritual distinction, namaste. And we, explorers, it is our duty to bring back metrosexual. I want to see it in comment sections. I want to see it in the chat all night tonight. I want to see metrosexual. I want to see it. I want to see it in your Instagram stories. I want to see it in your tweets. I want to see it in your letters. I want to see it in your postcards. Namaste. Bring back metrosexual. Oh, Pepperoncini. Stevie isn't a character in Family Guy. Owned. So I'm excited about this beef. Pepperoncini and Phil Z going at each other's throats. Going at each other's throats. And listen, and when you say metrosexual, do not bring that up in a cute way. Bring it up in a way that kind of hurts someone's feelings, in a confusing way. Because what is it? Right? Exactly. It's not homophobic. It has nothing to do with being gay. It's not homophobic. Just fucking hurt someone with that word. Go. Godspeed. The world of today may be a pile of fuck, but I have a good news. Not only is it time to explore, but Beep's postcard arrived, and she has finally put down the gun and took a nap. Namaste. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'd love to get a reaction from Beeps tonight if we can later on about that postcard. I'd absolutely love to get that. Namaste to you. Namaste to you, Beeps. Blessings and namaste. So, guys, here we are at Explorations. Let's get into it. Let's get into the program tonight. Tonight is going to be a steamy one. Tonight's going to be an excitable one because there is an excitement and energy just kind of cooked in to the universe around us. Tesla called it vibrational energy. In a way, he was right. In a way, he was onto something. Communal vision coming from Orchestar. Interesting. Pepperoncini and Philzy74 wrestling over Family Guy trivia is such a beautiful thing to imagine. Just physically getting into it. You know, a couple high lifes in and just two, all-American men hitting the mat. Hitting the sticky hardwood floor of a local pub, screaming at each other about Family Guy trivia. Then eventually kissing. Then eventually just sort of playing with each other. Then eventually sort of jacking each other off. Then sort of making love to each other very slowly, in a way that is not offensive, in a way that is 100% welcome. Families are around. Families are watching these two grown men make beastly love to one another. In a way that sort of it transcends the violence of what otherwise would be a violent act, but it becomes a sort of very fluid, beautiful act. And the communities are watching. We got families, we got people of all ages, all races, all colors, creeds, watching these two men have beautiful, loving sex, romantic sex. Let's bring that back. Communal vision coming in from O.M. Godspeed. Blue-collar metrosexuals in your area are ready to wax. Wow. Now that's something to think about. That's something to chew on tonight. We are losing viewers. Beautiful. Yeah, this is good. I wonder if it was bringing up metrosexuality. We are plummeting viewers, and I think it's because of the bravery that it took for me to bring up metrosexuality and offer it to you guys. Because listen, we all got hate in our hearts. We all have hate in our hearts. A big part of the program is about affirming the hatred that we have in our hearts and deriving the power of the next level from that energy, from that aggression. And ladies and gentlemen, we need outlets, all right? We need outlets. And metrosexuality and just using that as like maybe a slur or something. It's not, they can't be mad at anyone on Twitch.tv for using metrosexual as a slur. That's not on anybody's list. It's got to hit critical mass. And then I think once it spreads to a bunch of other places, and then it'll be widespread enough to be considered a slur. It's not a slur yet. Just fucking go for it. Nindy New, remember in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey where hell is a bunch of rooms with your worst fears inside? That's the Phil Pepper hot sex room for me, dog. So if you were with Bill and Ted and you were playing Battleship and chess or something, maybe getting ready for that. But one of the fear that you would see is just the likes of those two men butt fucking each other. Sort of taking turns butt fucking each other. Namaste. Beautiful. I should make the communal vision 1 million bits. Namaste to you. Thanks so much for the suggestion, Meech. I probably am going to mix this up a little bit. I am going to mix up the prices, and I can't wait for everyone to complain to me for giving you an opportunity to donate more to the program, to see this light, for everything that I've given you. I can't wait to hear the complaints about when I adjust the prices over here. I can't wait to hear for that how thankful you all are for the opportunity to support this program more, and even return a fraction back to me. Return, back to me after I've given you everything. Namaste. Now, guys, as I said, we've got a couple orders of business before we open up the line, so let's go ahead and jump in. First and foremost, you know what I'm about to say. Send me some damn mail. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Send me a postcard, send me a letter, send me a little package. I love getting stuff from you guys. I just checked it today. I checked it yesterday, and we have a couple pieces right here. You know what it's going to be. If it's from German royalty, is German here? Nigel Pennyweather. Ooh, we got a nice affirmation for the ladies. Let's go. Phil Z74. I can't wait to bitch about it costing more for it to be poorly timed and delayed. Phil Z74. Yeah, I still have not figured out why it started doing that. You said you were going to help me. Listen, quick affirmation for the ladies. Listen, truly give up. Give up. Give up trying. Give up looking to the future. Give up looking to relieve any of your relief for any of your suffering. In that way, you are a leader. I'm excited about women right now. Well, here's another one. Listen, your lives are worse than men, period. So you are in a leadership position. Lead us to the land of no hope. Stop it with this nonsense. Stop it with this empowerment. Stop giving it to small little girls. Lord in heaven, do they not need that? Interesting. We got one more communal vision before we continue with our orders of business. Our Cougar Pie coming in, having finally cracked the code of how to get us. I'm so glad that you could, because I'm excited to get into this perspective. Leslie, you look like you can't swim. Funnily enough, this is not the first time that I have heard that. I'm not exactly sure if you communicated with the first person that told me that, who I know is in the chat, and or if it's really genuinely a vibe that I give off. But I can indeed swim. I can swim, and I honestly, I'm not going to let you hurt me tonight. I'm not going to let anybody hurt me tonight. That I can swim. I can swim very well, and I don't understand this bullshit. So thank you so much, Cougar Pie. Blessings and namaste. Okay, so guys, second order of business. Well, actually, no. Before we move on, we've got mail. So last week I received 3 envelopes from German royalty, and what we're doing is spacing them out. I don't want to go through all of these. I don't want to go through all of pictures of, strange Hispanic teenagers that he snags from the photo booth at the mall, the extras that they don't grab. I want to space them out. I want to enjoy them slowly. I want to savor them. And I'm very excited about this. This is already we're off to a good. So what I like to do, guys, he sends me about a stack of pictures like that, and I get to go through them and kind of just react to them. Not enough definition in any of this camera equipment to give you a shot of it, nor do I really want to show you these strangers' faces. Pepperoncini, name all the swimming strokes to prove it. We've got freestyle, we've got the breaststroke, we've got the backstroke, we've got the doggy paddle, we've got the dolphin thingy, we've got, that's pretty much all of them. Orchestar, namaste, explorer, military veteran, cheer 200. Just saying, goddamn, cheer 200. Orchestar being excited to be here. Namaste to you. The butterfly. Oh, yeah. I know butterfly. I know what this is all. I know what these are. I know what these are. Okay. Moderators, please time out anybody who says I can't swim for the rest of the night. I'm not playing around with this. I'm not playing around with this energy. If there's one moderator among you that has the courage to shoot on sight, if you see anyone claiming that I can't swim, put them in the ground. I will make you king. Nindy knew. Phil Z's least favorite is the breaststroke because he's a huge metro. See how good that feels, guys? and it's not homophobic. It has nothing to do with genuine sexual attraction, preference, anything like that. Family Yard. So I'm gonna get through. Let's get through some pictures. All right. So we've got two friends. These two teen girls. They're having fun. They're goofing. They're not having that much fun, but they're having fun. I believe that they actually enjoy each other's presence and are having a fun afternoon or evening at the shopping mall. Family Art says, "Mod me. I'll do it. I'll kill whoever you say." There we go. There we go. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. I know, right? I look like Curtis Connor if he had sex before. And also we've got a father-son situation. Cute. A young father, young son having fun. This is cute. The son's got a little fake beard on. Here we go. Godspeed. Swimming sounds like Metro shit to me. Godspeed. See? Do you see what? I'm just saying, everybody let loose. Everybody let loose. All right. And then we've got, this is a baby. That's cute. We got a little baby. Just kind of figuring out that he's getting his picture taken. Doesn't even know about it. That's really nice. Then we've got warped faces of a young white teen couple. They're goofing. They look silly. And he's kissing her in the top picture, which is not something you see a lot. Normally you see the fella being icy, being distant. And this is I like seeing that. I like seeing the openness. Then we've got, we're back to our Hispanic baseline, and they love each other. Ooh, and they've got a kid that pops up in the last frame. That's cute. Pepper Tree says she's cheating on him. I was going to say she's at least going to break up with him, is my guess. She's going to break up with him. Real quick, communal vision from Orchestar. What are your thoughts on Southern Gentlemen? I'm fine with it. Southern Gentlemen. I don't know. It kind of depends on who's saying it and in what context. Because I could see, like I knew this old Texan lady who would describe her children or her grandchildren as something like that. And that was cute. I thought that was cute. I could see somebody on Reddit sort of like tipping their cowboy hat and calling themselves a Southern Gentleman and like, and that being awesome as well. We got a trio of friends having fun, goofing off. They look like nurses. Which makes me trust them a little less. I don't trust nurses very much, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. On this, we got a birthday party. We got like 3 kids and 2 parents, and they're goofing. They got their tongues out and stuff. Thanks so much, German royalty. These people swim in pools or lakes and shit. I'm swimming in metros, bro. Literal gold mines. Kind of putting a spin on it. I don't even really know what you mean, but it's about the experimentation. It's about trying stuff, and it's about seeing what works. I don't have any problem with what you just put on the screen. Literal gold mine. Thank you so much for that perspective tonight. Namaste. Nurses are portrayed so unfairly in Hollywood. I disagree. Hull is saying nurses are portrayed unfairly in Hollywood. I think the opposite is the case. I think they're portrayed much better than they portray themselves on something like social media. Holy moly. Okay, so that's the mail. Good job. Thank you so much, German royalty. We'll save the other one for Thursday. Thank you so much, German. Beautiful stuff. Now, real quick, guys, couple announcements. Family Yard. Guru, can you do a Walton Goggins native Atlanta, Georgia accent and say, "I'm burning this fucker down. It's for orc, so be serious." Ooh, no, this is fun. I can feel it, but I'm kind of giggly at the idea of doing it. I'm excited. I don't know if I could capture his sort of like he's got a rawness to him. You know what I mean? He's got like this sort of excited, I'm gonna like this, like he gives the impression like he fucks hard but sensitively, and he's got that he got that I think Ellie Benelli rating. Namaste to you. Welcome Raiders to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We're just getting through announcements before opening up the line. Namaste to all of you. Namaste to all of you. Let's see. Yeah, welcome in, Ellie. Good, so good of you to join us, hon. I really appreciate that. And thanks for bringing your whole gaggle with you. So as I was saying, let's see. I'm gonna burn. I'm burning. I gotta think about it. Maybe at some point tonight I will do that. I'm burning this fucker down. He's got a crazy overbite. I'm burning this. My voice is a little lower, so I got to bring it up a little bit. Ooh, that's tough. This is gonna be tough. I'm excited to work on it though. For sure. Namaste. Let's go ahead and somebody time out, not me. This is like the 4th time that she's come at me tonight with a lot of negativity. And I want to make sure that she gets put in her place and learns a lesson. Okay, guys, so quick couple announcements. Let's open up the line. A quick couple announcements. Firstly, and we've got the the community of Devoted Light at patreon.com. We'll get into some details later on, but listen, if you are ready to enter to my inner circle, the community of Devoted Light at patreon.com, where I host my exclusive materials, podcasts, music, downloads, videos that you can't get anywhere else, truly groundbreaking, innovative materials to be found just for a couple dollars a month. If you are interested in that, type !final journey into the chat and begin your final journey into my community of Devoted Light at patreon.com. Pepperoncini, Guru, can you give us a walk-in level quality Jar Jar Binks accent? Walk-in level. Miso! Miso honey. Not bad. Something like that. Imagine there was something there. There was something there. I was waiting for reviews back. Namaste, everybody. Well, listen, enough of this Hully button around. We got business. Real quick, let's go to what's next. We got, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I actually mailed that one yesterday. But guys, real quick, I've been making some announcements in the Discord. Well, I've got a couple extra VHS tapes laying around, okay? I got a couple extra VHS tapes laying around that I normally just avail to my my patrons over at patreon.com. However, I've got some extras and I need to buy more blank tapes. For the next batch. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am selling VHS tapes. I have about 5 of the Beauty of Nature. Do I have? I think I mailed it. The rest are packed already. So guys, let's see here. I closed my eyes at the right moment and thought that was walk-in as Jar Jar. Completely insane. Literal Goldmine. Namaste to you. Well, guys, as I was saying, guys, we have some VHS tapes. If you want some details, just hit me up on Discord. I'm making announcements. The supplies are dwindling. We've got just a couple left. I'm not going to be duplicating this version of these tapes again. So I've got, I don't know how many I got. I got 5 left of the Beauty of Nature, and that's it. I ran out of Growth to Nowhere today. I have 5 left of the Beauty of Nature, $25, exclusive program materials. This will not be repeated. I will not do another run of these tapes. Some of the material might be reused in a future version of something else, but this is it. So guys, if you want an official Explorations VHS tape, and you are ready to bring those exclusive program materials into your life, into your home, simply hit me up on Discord. It's $25, and that includes shipping. I'll put it in the mail next day. Namaste to you. Now, okay, there's that. And then, guys, also this Saturday, Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. I just want to mention that. We're going to be doing an Infatuations with Leslie Tanner this Saturday. Saturday, 8 p.m. I'll kick it off a little early just to let people file in. But, guys, if you remember the last one, it was amazing. Incredible performance from many explorers, but mainly from Lil Miss Whatever, who went undefeated all night. So, guys, brand new Infatuations. It could be anybody, and winner gets a little piece of Leslie merch in the mail. How about that? That sound fun? Well, guys, the sign-up link is on the Discord. I'll make a little announcement throughout the week. So if you want to reserve your spot, the link will be there. Otherwise, we'll take walk-ins as long as we can fit them. So namaste to you guys. I've seen some people already say they're looking forward to jumping on Infatuations this Saturday. The internet's only date and competitive dating game show. Where we help you find out whether you even deserve love in the first place. And I'm excited to see all your performances. Namaste. Anxiety tonight. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. And it feels good to see somebody affirming anxiety for once. See, it feels good to see somebody affirming anxiety for once. Namaste to you. Tell me, hey guys, anxiety, Raiders, how was the stream? Talk to me right now. How was the stream over there? What kind of energy we filling up with? About where we at? Namaste. About where we at? Talk to me right now. Also, you know, I'm tired of these therapists out here saying anxiety to you and yours. There we go. See, this is what anxiety. You're in the right spot. I am sick to goddamn fucking death of these therapists, these jackals, these rapists, marauding, you know, at the town's edge as therapists, as psychiatrists. Talking about how anxiety is bad. It is not. Is the experience of anxiety bad? Yes. Should it be done away with? No. Are you 12? Namaste. Keep that anxiety. More on that later. Nigel Pennyweather coming in with a guided meditation. Blessings and namaste. Nigel, throw in. Okay, guys. So this one's for Nigel. Right. So guided meditation. Okay. You can hear the water faucet across the apartment dripping into dirty dishes that have been calling your name for some days. You go back to sleep. The drip, drop of the faucet continuing through the layers of consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, and ultimately dream consciousness. The drip, drop is your penis leaking pee, leaking cum, leaking a little bit of blood. It alternates every single drop. You look up at the sky, and it is God saying yes to every single drop. Yes. His voice booming to the empty caverns of your mind. That was for Nigel Pennyweather. Namaste to you, Nigel. Blessings and namaste. Namaste. Namaste to you. All right, guys, let's open up the line. Let's get to it. Let's open up that damn line. There we go. Already a caller on the line, guys. Caller, welcome to Exploration. Acacia coming in. Oh my goodness gracious. Resubbing. Acacia71 saying namaste on the resub. Namaste on the resub. Acacia, blessings and namaste to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that energy and I appreciate your generosity and support this evening. I really am thankful for your presence here tonight. Thank you so much for that. I really genuinely thank you. Caller, we got a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, girl.
Who is this?
It's Michaela.
Michaela kicking us off again. This is the second exploration in a row. I feel like you're kicking us off as the first caller.
Yeah, they call me the fastest fingers in the West.
Fastest fingers in the West. I love that. Do they really? Who says that?
Me.
So they, you mean you. You don't even mean, you mean plural. You just mean you. That's so funny. Trope
People
says,
don't talk about me enough for that.
Trope says, anxiety is like a check engine light. The program is like duct tape over the light. Namaste. That's a way to think about it. I wouldn't describe it that way, but I like seeing your journey sort of articulated that way, and I'd love to jump in with deep into that with you. Now, listen, Michaela, tonight we're saying stop it with the opportunities. Stop it with the opportunities. So tell me, how have opportunities ruined your life?
Right. Well, a few years ago, I had the opportunity to finish nursing school, and I said no. I said, I think I'm going to not do that, and so then I left that opportunity. But unfortunately, now I'm trying to go back to that opportunity. It's been hard. But if I was never given the opportunity, I could be less freaking out about it, right? I could just
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the first benefit. Continue though. I want to hear you speak on this.
Someone just said in chat, "Oh my God, more nurse shit." Okay, fine. You want me to talk about something else? I get it. Okay, I get you.
Don't listen, Michaela. Listen. Do not look at those cows. Do not see what they have to say. You listen to your heart. You listen to your mind. You bring them into alignment, and you share with me. Okay, it's just me and you right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
So continue. Nursing school, you almost quit. Quick communal vision, actually, before you continue that stuff. Why didn't you just become a doctor? Doctors are better.
Everyone knows that women can't be doctors.
Okay, there we go. So, I mean, that's a really interesting point, and I've heard a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that, and that's kind of brave of you, as a burgeoning nurse. And do you get a lot of flack for that view in nursing school?
Yeah, I actually stand at the corner. I have a sign that says, women can't be doctors, and go make me a sandwich. I hold up a sign outside of my university, and people often give me dirty looks. I've never had anyone agree with me.
But that's because you're brave, though. Leaders, leaders have to sacrifice. Leaders have to take that position.
Right.
Yeah, Owen Godspeed says, nursing school? More like metro school. Why don't you ask about metro biology, nerd?
What is that?
Don't know.
What?
No, I think what he's doing is he's taking the word metro in the spirit of experimentation and exploration. He's just kind of throwing it around.
Mm-hmm.
We brought up...
This is unrelated, but my cat just walked across my keyboard and...
What do you do?
Something that... she opened up all the code for the website. She pulled up the elements, she opened the console.
F11? So, isn't that?
I guess she just walked across my keyboard and she did it, but...
that's funny. That's so funny. Cats are always up to some shenanigans, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like cats?
Huh?
Do you like cats?
No.
What'd you say?
No, I hate them.
You hate cats, but you have one.
She's actually, I inherited her. She's old, so I've slowly been feeding her cyanide for speed up the process.
Wonderful. Well, listen, let's go back to the opportunity. So you had you at first you said no to the opportunity, right? To become a nurse. And then you, so this is interesting. So tonight we're going to be exploring saying no to opportunities. We are going to look in our lives for ways to say no to progress, ways to say no to improvement, ways to say no to betterment, things like this. But what you presented us is a really interesting situation. If I may say so myself, Travcam Zero says, "Tell the caller that I hate them," and then some sort of emote thing. That's from Travcam Zero. Any response?
Well, Travcam Zero, you say you hate me, but I don't even know who you are, and I think that's more powerful.
Interesting. Wow. So I love this. There's a lot of aggression in the chat tonight, and I really appreciate it, everybody. Keep that up. Now, as I was saying just a moment ago, so you, in your situation, your story, your journey with nursing school, you started and then you said no, which I would argue was the healthier, more correct move. But then you eventually said yes again. Now, relapse is part of the program. However, what I would like to know is what emotionally was going on at that time that led to you to sort of going back on your on what I would describe as a moment of clarity and saying no to the opportunity of nursing school. What made you go back to it?
Right. Well, you see, I was in video game design, and then I realized that I needed to make money to live.
So fear that you wouldn't be able to make money.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is a fear and insecurity.
Well, oh wait, is there a communal vision?
TravCam0 says, tell the caller I'm Chris Hemsworth.
Okay. Well, I don't think that Chris Hemsworth would be sending communal visions on a Twitch stream, so.
He's got a burner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work with him one-on-one. Yeah. We do. Yeah. He's got a deal with a fitness guy, like a contract that he has to identify with, but he really, I'm working out with him, and then I'm also like his essentially guru. He calls me a guru. I don't, always love that label, but I accept it humbly.
Isn't that what everyone calls you?
Yeah, I've never once told anyone to call me that. I simply provide the framework by which to understand themselves and the world around them, and then they just kind of it's an endearing term. I affectionately and humbly receive it. I wouldn't dishonor them by sort of rejecting it, but I've never told anyone to call me that. No.
Okay. Is there, other than Leslie, is there a term that you would prefer to be called?
Leslie is fine with me. Leslie, my name, it's worked my whole life. I don't think it's going to stop working anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
not
listen,
me, said, let's call Leslie Byron.
I want to get back to this emotional situation because there's a universality. Right, you said no to the opportunity in confidence, right? In clarity, in inspiration to move towards video games. Then and only time will tell whether this was the correct move. Could be a disaster for your life to have begun nursing school, but I mean it could have been a disaster to be in video games. Who knows? But the feelings that led you to the decision to say yes to an opportunity, I think are something that we can all learn from, something that we can all take a page out of. So, and you mentioned not being able to worried about not being able to make money.
Yeah.
So would you say it's fair? Would it be fair for me to say that at that moment, what made you say yes to an opportunity was fear?
Well, it's more
Anxiety.
than that. I also realized that I want to help people, and I had been helping old people for a number of years, and I realized I liked that.
So this is a whole other can of worms. That's a whole other can of worms. Yeah. Okay. So fear combined with the altruism.
Sure.
I'm doing quotes with my fingers while I say altruism. But, a sense of empathy. Interesting. So listen, I think there's so much to speak about. I want to talk about this altruism and empathy, but I really appreciate you sort of offering your story as a means of us exploring tonight's theme, Stop It With the Opportunities, because you've kind of gone back and forth, and I think we all can relate to that. Communal vision real quick, coming from Big Memes. Big Me says, Guru goes by many names. Les, Leslie, Big Les Grande, The Doc, Padre, and my personal fave, Big Ranch.
Right.
Okay. Now,
I'm gonna call you Byron though.
That's fine. That's fine. If whatever is inside your heart, I'll accept whatever you have for me, because I'm just glad that you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick though, well, we got a communal vision. There's so many communal visions. You're very inspiring tonight. Lots of people have a lot to say now that you're on the line. Fram says, caller, does your experience as a clown inform your bedside manner? Is this a Patch Adams situation?
You know, Fram Ward, is that how you say it?
Fram Weard. Fram
Weard. You know Fram Weard. I don't know who that is. But in a way, yeah, because you do kind of have to make people laugh, and you need to learn how to stand on your feet in awkward situations, sort of like, maybe an old person says something racist, and you kind of just got to laugh and figure out how to not affirm what they said, but also not make the situation weird.
Right, exactly. You have to let them be racist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody new here said, is this a clown call? Well, yeah, I'm a clown. That's what I am.
Beautiful. And a little birdie told me you might be making an appearance this weekend on Infatuations.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning on it, and I'm planning on being
yes, Namaste, beautiful. I would absolutely love if you could. That would be, and I don't mean if you decide to not do this other part that you mentioned. I understand, but I think it'd be a lot of fun if you did show up with the clown makeup that you mentioned. Is that still in the works?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just need to do it so that my parents won't see me putting on clown makeup and ask me what I'm about to do.
Maybe that can be a journey that we go on together. You can put on clown makeup and we go speak to your parents.
I think they'll be in bed.
What a way to wake them up, huh? On multiple levels.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's think about that. Let's earmark that page and come back to it. For now, I want to thank you for being here and getting us started off on the right foot tonight, Michaela, for the second exploration in a row.
Anytime, Byron.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, that Michaela is a fish in the water here at Explorations. Isn't she, chat? Isn't she just natural? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Ashley, welcome back to the program. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Leslie. How are you?
Ashley, I'm over the moon. I'm having a fantastic evening. Thanks so much. I'm so glad that you found the time to call back tonight again.
I just kind of feel like we got off on the wrong foot, so...
Oh, how did you feel?
Do over.
What? Okay, yeah, let's do over. But what left you with the impression that we got started off on the wrong foot, Ashley?
Well, you told a really sad zebra cake story, and then when I justifiably felt pity for you, you got all upset. So
a very sad. What was it story?
A zebra cake story. You couldn't afford Little Debbie snack cake.
Oh yeah. No, you sort of rejected my guidance, and I was just it upset me.
Honestly, between the two of us, I don't know who was more upset. But I'm trying to make it right. So here we are. Namaste.
All right. Well, namaste. I'm willing to move on. Listen, that's the thing about the program and a lot of people will attest. Holy moly, cooker pie, AKA. Do you mind if? Well, Ashley, do you mind if I associate your first name?
Hi, my first name is Ashley.
Okay. Well, namaste. To Cooker, hold on one second. One moment. Namaste to Ashley, aka Cougar Pie. Holy moly! 50 community subs. Oh my Lord in heaven. Blessings to you, Cougar Pie, aka Ashley. Listen, I can guarantee you that the support that you have given the program just now. And Fidgety, we'll get to you in just a moment, but it's nowhere near. We got 1 month with Flux Storm. 1 month with we got 1 year with Flux Storm. Holy goddamn moly, it is coming in hot. It is coming in hard tonight. Blessings and namaste. But listen, Cougar Pie, aka Ashley, I just want you to know that your support is going to go to tremendous use here at the program. We are retooling, we are growing, we're getting a website, we're getting a new batch of blank tapes, etc., etc. We are growing actively, and I just want you to know that I appreciate your support. Okay, and then also on top of that, one thing I was going to say about making things right. Making things right, as you said. Now, as many of the explorers in the chat right now, Seventh Dragon Ball possibly. I'm looking for blank tapes. If I find Seventh Dragon Ball, he got us the last batch of blank tapes. He went on a road trip and got us the blank tapes. But thank you, Seventh, by the way. Now, one thing that anyone in chat will attest to is that passions just get flared up here on Explorations. And I, as a therapist, as a guide, as, insert role, I take it upon myself to incentivize these passions, be they labeled positive or negative outside of our little community here. So, for example, I've been actively in a borderline war with a certain explorer named What's Up Cat's Up, aka Toaster. So up until recently, he's referred to me as his best friend, and I referred to him as my best friend as well. And we got along famously. I helped him a great deal in his personal life. But then all of a sudden, he got a real, he sort of hit his mask arc. He got real tough. He started talking about enemies and started swearing more, being more aggressive. And while I support that, it does express itself in what might be referred to as negative, by somebody outside of the program. So that is all to say that, listen, between you and me, if the feelings get charged up, they're just feelings, okay? And that is an essential part of the program, a part of the journey itself to the next level. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Either way, I appreciate the extremely generous drop of subs, and it's the alerts are still going off. Namaste. So real quick, before I want to jump into tonight's opportunities with you, because I feel like you got insight. You're just kind of giving off a vibration right now. Fidgety Fools Around says, it's not 50, but I'm doing my part. Yeah, nowhere near as good. Nowhere near as good, but I appreciate it. Fidgety Fools Around, namaste to you and blessings. Namaste, thank you so much for the support. For 11th month, we'll be at a 1 year mark next month. Hard to believe. I feel like it's been longer, given the amount of transformation that you've shown. Also, Fluxstorm Zero, resubbing, hitting them 1 year with Fluxstorm Zero, guys. Congratulations. Can we get some congrats in the chat for Fluxstorm Zero for hitting a year with us? Fram Weard, oh man, Larry is so fucked up right now. R.I.P. to the OG High Roller. So Fram Weard sort of showing active disrespect to Larry Picklejar, who used to be like a large contributor here, but then sort of Trump's tariff sort of like kicked him in the balls, and he he's just kind of been talking shit like everybody else in a much lower reduced status. We've also noticed that. But listen, Ashley. Yes. Let's start from the beginning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Fine. You're welcome. What does fine mean? How are you feeling? Is it good, bad? You just kind of getting through?
I'm content.
Content.
I'm not overly excited.
Okay.
Nothing horrible is currently happening.
Nothing horrible. Nothing too good. Nothing too bad. Nothing rocking the boat in either direction.
Yes.
And but yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So that helps me to know where you're coming from. So I appreciate you telling me that. So tonight we're exploring. Stop it with the opportunities. Now, to a lot of people, they're looking for opportunities, right? They're looking for financial opportunities. They're looking for romantic opportunities, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Hypocryptomatic with a resub, 15 months. 15 plus 24 equals amazing progress. 15 plus 24 equals amazing progress. So, did you hit 2 years on Genomatic before you got banned? We banned her. We banned her last username.
What was she banned for?
Oh, just hard now. I don't know. She was doing all manner of nonsense. All manner of. Yeah, she was really going. She was going for it in a way that was. I don't even remember. I mean, now she was Explorer of the Month last month.
So. Banned somebody. I feel like if you can't remember why you banned somebody, maybe you should rethink the ban.
Yeah, well, she rolled with the punch. She persevered. She's here with a new username, and and she quite an arc. She's here. She was Explorer of the Month last month, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. Okay, so listen. When I say that opportunities might be bad. What comes to your mind? What kind of thoughts and feelings do you have? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you agree sometimes and disagree sometimes? How do you feel about even hearing that, Ashley?
Well, I mean, I definitely think that opportunities can be bad. I think that somebody offering you something that feels like an opportunity to them could be like, your worst nightmare. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Frequently it is.
Can you think of an example of that? That's a really interesting thing you just said.
Well, I've had people offer me sex that I thought that would be, a living horror show that felt to them like a great opportunity.
Right. So they thought it was a great opportunity to be able to have sex with them for you.
Yes.
And then when you sort of took it in. You took in the offer, the opportunity for, some sort of penetrative sex, and and you just were saying, and you thought this is an opportunity for you, but not a good one for me. Okay, so that's a good example of a more clear cut bad opportunity. Have you ever experienced?
Not
what was
to
that?
Them.
Say it again?
I said it would be for me, but not for them.
They bad opportunity?
They were offering me something very, yes, they thought that they were, it was a good deal.
So an opportunity that is, and I kind of want to get in the weeds of this a little bit to kind of spell out my point with over the course of the evening. So when there's opportunity given to you, now, from 1,000 feet up, like an alien watching the interaction, they might view it as an opportunity, but might not have the context, various sorts of context that would allow them to judge this opportunity as good or bad, right? So it's just an opportunity being presented to them. So what I would argue, and I'm going to go on a limb here. And some people might disagree with that, okay? And I'm okay with that. I'd love to hear the argument.
I'm prepared. Mm-hmm.
I am going to say that this opportunity is an example of a bad opportunity because it made you feel bad. Right? It veiled to you a possible future that you would not like.
Yes. Absolutely.
Interesting. And I'll go to the mat to say that. A lot of people want to say, a lot of opportunities, most opportunities are good. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Maybe it's just not a good opportunity for you. No, listen, I'm just here to say that not only is this obviously a bad opportunity, but all opportunities are bad. Now, tell me, Ashley, do you feel empowered?
Yes. And aggressive.
Why do you feel empowered?
Well, I just generally do. I make my own choices. I'm confident. I'm fine speaking to strangers. People tend to like me.
Interesting. Okay, so that's it. And that feels empowered. So when that word empowered,
Yes.
when you can assign it to those feelings, and it just makes sense to you. You'd repeat that again.
Yes. The ability to make your own choices in life, to make your own decisions, and they work out.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Right. I see what you're saying. So your ability to sort of confront reality as you experience it, and not to disintegrate or crumble. Find
Yeah.
move through it with some sort of internal coherence and some congruity. Right. You're not saying yes and meaning no, and while experiencing no, and vice versa. You've got a yes and a no and a no in the front and back.
Yes. And also, this is me trying to be normal. I'm holding it together.
Look at that. Adept dancing. The dance of normalcy. So let me ask you another question, Ashley.
Okay.
Tell me about a time that you did not feel powerful.
One time I was very seriously injured, and I did not feel powerful then. I needed a lot of people's help.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people's just physical help, huh?
Yes. Oh, physical and emotional, everything. Probably every type of help you can think of, yes.
You were a mess.
Yes. Literally, yes. Metaphorically, yes.
You were a mess. You were a burden.
Yes.
A weight on the people's lives around you.
Yes.
And that you could not help but be that, to lean, to rely, made you feel weak.
Yes. Absolutely.
And what separates, I'd like to add, what separates the you of now from the you of then? If you had to sum it up for the listeners right now.
Well, I've healed and I've become more able-bodied, and that's a good deal of it for me.
And that's good. It's not good to be disabled.
I mean, not for me.
Nope. I'll say universally. I don't think it's good.
I mean, I guess I agree.
That's brave of you. Thank you for coming along with me. Brave, and it's unfortunate that it has to be brave to say something so obvious, right?
I mean, I think that to a lot of people it's not obvious. To me it is. But I think that people maybe don't want to say that.
Right.
Obviously you don't want to be disabled.
You don't want to be disabled because being disabled is bad.
Yes.
It's not pleasurable. I've worked with any manner of the disabled. Any manner. Mental, emotional, physical.
Yes.
In my community, I'm constantly working with them through the program. Their lives are not good. More specifically, not as good as they could be if they could think, if they could feel coherent, walk in a straight line, if they could physically walk in a straight line.
And also if they could think in a straight line. I'm guessing that a lot of your viewers are autists and you help a lot with that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love my autistics, and they love me. Guys, can I see some A's in chat if you're autistic? Let's see. We'll see. We're going to see just how many. Can we see some A's in the chat for autism if you are autistic on the spectrum? Let me see some A's. There we go. Beautiful. Gorgeous. I love my autistics. I love them.
It's good to see how honest people are being.
We have fun. We got a AAA. Holy moly. It should give you a little, they should give you a little card for a short bus that can tow you around town or something like that. AAA does that with towing cars. There's a connection. It's in the air. But listen, I really, you know what I want to thank you for, Ashley, tonight.
What?
In addition to your beyond generous support, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to sort of have an abstract dance with you through the course of this call. You know, a lot of times these calls, they end up being very linear, very direct. Mm-hmm. But what we just had with one another, I feel, was a sort of more experimental dance.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
And I did.
A question.
It was a breath of fresh air. I really appreciate you calling up again.
Do you think, how did I do on the normalcy meter?
I mean, you did, I would say overall you did pretty good. I think overall you did pretty good. I think ultimately, if you, like, to a knowing eye, like once we got into it, you were able to kind of like let the conversation evolve in a weird way, and you, I don't know. Yeah, you showed the seams a little bit, but you know, I'm pretty trained at this kind of thing, and I don't think most people could have picked up. So I think you could have. I think you largely would have passed any test given to you.
Amazing.
Yeah, tremendous,
and
Ashley.
Do you think you will buy some zebra cakes?
Do I think I will?
Yes.
Yes, I will. Yes, of course. I can afford zebra cakes now. That was
okay.
Are you
sure?
Was,
okay, I'm just stuck.
That was a scene. That was a character. That was me doing role playing with you. But you were trying to pass off a thing that was not normal as normal, though. That was I enjoy zebra cakes. If we could just talk person to person right now, I absolutely adore a zebra cake.
They're fine.
Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and stop this before it gets any worse, okay? Thanks so much for calling in.
Okay, right before I head off, Leslie, are you sure you can swim? You don't look like you can swim.
Okay, that's enough of that. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hello, Leslie. I wasn't actually expecting you to be able to take my call this evening. This is Reverend at All Cost Money. How you doing, sir?
Brother, it's great. It's great to hear from you. It's me, Leslie. Good to hear from you. Reverend at All Cost Money, guys. You know him. He's called before. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm pretty fantastic. I picked up a new coat. It's got like double hoods, super huge. I'm sitting outside, just chilling in the spring night air, getting high, and listening to the phone calls. That last caller I would agree, they did a very, very good job on the normalcy, and I'd like to say thank you for giving us all this opportunity to be understood.
Absolutely. Their normal ability is very strong, and I think what's going on inside of them is a pretty dark storm that they're sort of tucking away, and I thank them for that. I really thank the fact that this ability to act normal is a tremendous skill. It's maybe the most critical skill for the mentally ill.
Oh, indeed, being able to blend in is truly underrated, I think.
Well, I know. Like sometimes the mentally ill that I work with, I take the real fucked up ones, like an active psychosis, or like the real traumatized ones that that had a really like kind of yucky childhood, and now they're just kind of really rough adults. I will actively trigger them, and then we will do life skills. Like I'll trigger them. I'll trigger psychosis. I'll trigger a flashback. I'll be like, okay, act normal. We got to practice this right now. Put on a shirt. Keep your shoes on.
Right.
Stop crying.
Like that desensitization. Like, no, do not pound your head against the wall. Put it against that person instead. No, not like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they need to practice, and it makes sense that they can't do it unless they practice. But if they can
Right.
practice with me, then I can show them that how valuable it can be to just act normal amidst a mental health crisis. Otherwise, you're going to get the cops called on you. You're going to get tased. You're going to get committed. They're going to shove a bunch of antipsychotics down your throat. It's going to be
worse than that, though, Leslie, is you get ostracized from society and you don't make friends. You don't get like the cool. Like,
that's
you can't get nice places to rent. You're not going to get a decent job.
That's
You're not going to have a vehicle or be able to travel, or you don't generally have free time because you're just going to be trapped in this endless loop of self-violence and ostracization.
right. There are literally innumerable benefits of being able to act normal. Real quick, Fran Weard with a communal vision. Guru, can you name the 2 different types of water on Earth that you can swim in? Yeah. Pool water and lake water. That was easy. Thanks, Fran.
Way simple. Yeah.
So listen, Reverend, at all costs money, we are diving into stop it with the opportunities. Stop it
Indeed.
with the opportunities.
And brother, have I got a tale for you?
Talk to me. Because you always take what I say in a weird way. I'm going to be honest. You got a weird journey. You're thinking yourself into knots, and I love hearing about it. So talk to me. What's going on?
Well, I mean, to clear things up a little bit, a hypocrite is someone.
What, you went away. Go ahead, say it again.
Hello?
Okay,
no.
there you are.
Yeah. I apologize.
No worries.
If I drop off, I will try to call back. I think my headset may be dying. I apologize. Or I'll just switch devices. But so what I was saying is,
Eric, no, don't do that. Eric at YouTube, don't. What I said were 2 types of water. What I said were 2 types. You're not going to get me. All right. Thanks. Eric at YouTube, thanks so much for contributing. Good to see all my YouTubers. All by the way, Witness 222, Bradley, Big Man, Witness, Eric. You don't know shit about swimming, Guru, says Fram Weard. So time out Fram. Somebody time out Fram for me. All right, go ahead. I'm going to work on this timeout situation while you say what you're going to say.
I spent roughly 4.5 years hitchhiking across the country between 1998 and 2002. Just me, a backpack and my thumb, right? I had no stable place to go. I had no loving family or caring relationships that I cared to touch on or anything like that. And I just wanted to see the country. I didn't grow up rich, right? That came later. I just wanted to go see places.
Right.
And I was in California, right? I'm 19 years old.
Sure.
And I'm in some seaside town. I don't remember where. It's somewhere between San Francisco and southern Oregon, right? And I know that's a huge stretch, but I didn't really pay attention. I smoked a lot of pot then. I smoke a lot of pot now.
Sure.
And I was at this coffee shop and just sitting down chatting with one of the people there, and I don't remember how it came up. And I'm like, nah, I'm just traveling. Besides, who's going to hire me? And then I hear from behind the counter, she's like, I'd hire you. And I'm like, I don't want this opportunity right now. I'm out here. I'm young. I'm kind of stupid, and I just want to go have a lot of sex and see a lot of cool things.
Right.
I didn't say that part out loud, but I really did not want that opportunity because then it puts me in an awkward situation where I have to try to figure out what's the most normal way to pass this off as and I couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, yeah, but where would I sleep? Where would I shower? She's like, well, there's showers on the beaches. So I'm like, I don't want to be homeless and trying to earn a living. I'd want a stable place to store my belongings and keep myself and my stuff secure. So no thanks. And then I just got up and left. But that's a time in my life where I was given an opportunity and I really didn't want that opportunity.
And you effectively said no to it.
Yep, I sure did. And I walked away and I went to San Francisco.
Interesting. Okay, there we go. So listen, beautiful saying no to opportunities. Saying no to opportunities. And we've got a quick, you have been terminated by Pepperoncini. Namaste. Chin saying goodbye from, says Hong Shu, snore, me, snore, Hong Shu, z, me, Hong Shu, z. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's up that I can call you tonight?
Well, hello again. This is Reverend at All Cost Money.
Wow. So nobody stepped in and called. So you can do that. Just so everybody knows, you can do that. You can call back in after you get terminated. You've been terminated again. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie, it's Dee Dee.
Dee Dee! How you doing tonight, Dee Dee?
Doing good. How are you, Leslie?
I'm doing wonderfully. I'm having a fantastic night. Everybody is very active in the chat tonight. And we are getting down to brass tacks and saying stop it with the opportunities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Real quick communal vision from Fram Weard says, I was silenced for telling the truth. It's all an op. Where's Mish, Guru? Where's Mish? I don't know. Doing one of her hobbies? I don't know. I don't give a shit. You got timed out because you did something. You needed a little spanking because you did something you weren't supposed to do. You did something I told you to stop doing. You're trying to challenge me. You're trying to disrespect me. Well, let's see how challenging the guru goes. Let's see how challenging me goes on my program. Okay? Because I feel like we just got a little taste of how that went. Namaste. Okay, so Dee Dee, good to hear from you. We're saying no to opportunities. What is it? You've been saying yes to opportunities lately, though, huh?
Yeah, you could say that for sure. Saying yes to a couple opportunities.
And what opportunities have you said yes to?
Well, just today, I said yes to a video interview, sort of a series of, this guy does, in my area, does a series of video interviews that are comedic in nature, and he wants to interview me, so I said yes to that.
So he does these comedic video interviews. Talk to me about that. What exactly does that entail?
It's a lot of goofy, off-the-cuff choreography and interviewing, also random spurts of interviewing other people on the streets of the city, and goofy little edits.
So just kind of goofing around.
Yeah, definitely quite a bit of lollygagging.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. And you said yes to this. Interesting. And why did you say yes to it?
Because I like being a part of goofy stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So okay. So you have you thought about this part of your personality that's attracted to goofy stuff? Why is it? Do you think deep down you like the goofy stuff?
If I had to say deep down why I like the goofy stuff, I think it brings people together. I think everybody can enjoy a good laugh.
And you enjoy facilitating that connection.
Yes, absolutely.
How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel?
Makes me feel powerful.
Powerful. Interesting. So it makes you feel more powerful than you did if you just didn't do it at all.
If I wasn't goofy, yes, it makes me feel more powerful than if I didn't do it.
Okay. So why do you feel why don't you feel powerful though?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a lack of power, maybe a different sort of power to not, not have to put myself in a situation, the true power of choice.
Now, listen, I think that's a really good distinction. I think it's a really good distinction between, the types of power that one can have. However, I do want to just point out, if it didn't feel good to have more power, given any kind of power, what this is pointing to is a sense of powerlessness, is a deficit in some respect.
I concur.
And listen, Dee Dee, I'm going to give you the Straight Talk Express. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
You've been here for a while. And listen, I've had to put on some kid gloves with a lot of calls tonight. I've had to kind of juke back and forth with some new explorers, just getting acquainted. I'm trying to bring them abreast with the program. But with you, you've been here for a minute. You're talented. You're handsome. You're bright. You're emotionally sensitive. You got a lot of stuff going for you. So I want to give you the Straight Talk Express. All right.
Give it to me straight. You are a doctor.
This goofiness is killing you. This goofiness that you are drawn to, it gives you a sense of power. It gives you a sense of connection. What is underneath this is the opposite of that, right? A sense of powerlessness, a sense of isolation. Now, to anyone under the sun, a lot of mental health experts, they'll tell them that those are bad things and you're doing the right thing by being goofy. I'm saying no. I'm saying that in reality, Dinky the Destroyer, namaste and welcome to Explorations. Good to have you, Dinky. I see you took the D word out of your name. Now, one thing I wanted to share, though, is that this isolation, this powerlessness, is nothing short of the path to the next level.
Are you saying I should sit in this isolation and powerlessness?
Yes. I think using your discomfort with your isolation and powerlessness and running away from it, and using that running away and running into the arms of a goofball, this version of yourself that's a goofball, ultimately you're castrating yourself. You might as well just cut your penis off every single time you do it. Now, am I saying that you're not going to be goofy? No. What I am saying is imagine the level of goofball once you've accepted how powerless and alone you are.
So you're saying I should say no to the goofball opportunities?
Not necessarily. Well, maybe for a time. Maybe for a time. I think you might need a moratorium.
Do a little bit of abstinence.
Yeah, I think you might need to fast. I think you might need to abstain. I think you might need a bit of a pause to really sit with.
Does that mean I say yes to serious opportunities? Is this a diversion of opportunities?
Well, depending. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really gotten into the emotional undercurrents of that, but possibly. But I think they sound less dangerous for you. These serious opportunities.
Yeah, I could. I did feel a little bit of danger. I might indeed kill myself with all of this goofiness.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't want to see. I want to see you abstain. I want to see you put the knife down. I want to see you take your head out of the microwave. I want to see you, accept this powerlessness, this loneliness. I want to see it destroy you. And then I want to see you rise like a limp phoenix. And imagine the goofballness that you can achieve once you stop running from who and what you are.
It's a bit of a reintegration process.
Exactly. How do you feel up to it? Do you feel up to it, Dee Dee? It's a tall order. I told you I was going to give you the Straight Talk Express because I genuinely feel like you're ready for it.
I'm a tall guy. Listen, it's true because, I am from a farther perspective, I'm a domineering guy. Like, if you didn't know me, I'm tall. I'm a person of color.
Right.
I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know who I was, I'd be an immediate threat.
Be scared.
But it gets softened with the goofiness, you know?
Right.
So maybe I was just trying to make myself more comfortable for others, for the weak folk.
Interesting. Yet another form of castration. Do you see? Yet another form of castration. Do you see?
I see.
Do you see the tangled web that we weave for ourselves? Now, you know, I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you on the spot. I could have this conversation, some version of this conversation with literally every single person in chat. Pepperoncini Communal Vision. Is the dick print fat?
Yes.
Wow.
Leslie, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
Concerning these goofy opportunities, I'm going to be releasing. Last night I filmed and I've begun editing a blackface tier list. Now, to you, does that sound goofy or serious? Because I'm not sure. I don't think I've discovered the meat of it.
Well, one thing I don't want to stop you from is experimenting in good faith. So that's, real quick, we got a communal vision. Caller, you sound like the type of little buddy that whizzed the bed about 14 or 15 and has an unhealthily fierce, super harsh to eating 9-inch custard eclairs. What's your cup size, little buddy?
Cup size? Well, if I'm drinking a coffee, it's gonna be a large coffee. But if I'm having like a soda, it'll be a small soda.
Interesting. So, Dee Dee, listen. I gave you a lot tonight. I say, listen, if you're asking a genuine question, should you go for it? Yes, just go for it. I want you to experiment in good faith because you got to stay curious in order to stay mobile, and you got to stay mobile in order to confront this thing that you're running away from. I'm imagining a much deeper, more profoundly effective goofball on the other side of this. I just want you to know that. The level of goofs and gags and shenanigans that you will be capable of once you allow this loneliness to destroy you is going to shock you.
I think I understand the vision.
Yeah.
And the framework.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you do.
All that needs to be done is the execution.
I know. And listen, experiment away. Let us get into this blackface tier list. I think you could you share that on the Discord?
Once it's done, I just started editing it. Yes, it will be available to all of the little people in your chat.
Acronis over at youtube.com gifted 5 subscriptions, 5 memberships. Namaste to Acronis. Namaste, guys. Twitch, can you guys give it up for Acronis over at YouTube? Throwing down 5 memberships on the YouTube channel. Blessings and namaste to you. Thank you, Brother Acronis. Blessings. Wow. But back to you. Listen, you've got your work cut out for you. This is no small thing. And I felt like you were ready. How you feel right now?
I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling like I'm gonna shed my skin akin to a snake or a caterpillar or any other metamorphosizing creature.
Beautiful. Yes! I love this. I absolutely love this. I'm in love with what I'm hearing right now. Listen, Dee Dee, I wouldn't have done all this if I didn't believe in you. If I didn't genuinely, in my heart of hearts, the core of my heart, I can see a version of you. Tall, of color, handsome, and goofy as the day is long, rising out of the ashes of your former castrated self.
I can see it too. I can smell it.
I can smell it. It smells good. Smells good.
Smells of lavender.
Smells like lavender. I love that. Well, listen, you get to work, okay?
I'll get straight to it.
Get straight to it. And listen, I know we're running out of time here on this call, but next time you call, I want to hear how about the rehearsals are going.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I only had one so far, so there's not much to report.
Not much to. Okay. Well, listen. Yeah, keep us abreast of that though. I want to keep that thread alive.
Of course.
Okay. Well, listen. Namaste to you, Dee. I really appreciate your call tonight.
Namaste, Leslie.
Namaste. Wow, what a call. I love speaking to Dee. We've had a lot of great calls tonight, guys. Give it up for yourselves for the calls. Really terrific calls. Michaela, Ashley, it all costs money. And then we got Dee over here. Handsome Dee. Tremendous. Well, guys, listen, I got to take a little piss. We'll be right back with the second half of tonight's program on Explorations with Leslie Tanner as we continue to explore. Stop it with the opportunities. Stop it with the opportunities. Let me help you stop it with the opportunities. Take this moment to kind of reset your mind's eye and sit back and enjoy a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com, where I host my library of exclusive materials, lectures, podcasts, videos, etc., can be yours tonight for just a couple bucks a month. Namaste to you guys. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Blessings. I didn't stick it. Fuck.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. So after we sat there in silence for about another 60 seconds on the back of the bus, the bus driver had called the police, and I leaned over to him. I grabbed his head and I put it on my shoulder. And I said, "Edgar, if you think jacking off feels good, imagine dying. Imagine dying." He started crying. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
That's right, everyone. Namaste and welcome back to the program, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. That was a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Like I said just a second ago, if that sounds good to you, if you are really, truly ready to take your life to the next level, type !Final Journey into the chat for a link of how you too can enter my inner circle. Namaste. Let's see here. Did I have any other announcements? Oh yeah, guys, just to reiterate that communal vision real quick from GP Bear. As you're the expert of beige attire, can I get some advice? How do I keep ash from my crack pipe off my white pantsuit? Where are you getting it on your white pantsuit? I mean, Tropes, that would be the easiest one. That would be the easiest one. Take the pantsuit off while you smoke crack. Mostly the tit region, get a bib. That's easy. That's the easiest thing. Get a crack bib. Especially if you're going to be wilding out like I assume you are while you smoke crack. I mean, you got to either chill out or get a bib. I think those are your two options. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Well, guys, what a beautiful evening we're having already. I really enjoyed all the calls and all the discourse and all the backs and forths and what have yous. Namaste to everybody who's been sticking it out with us tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We've got plenty of people at Twitch, but also we have some very active chatters at youtube.com. Acronis, like I said, throwing down those 5 memberships. Extremely generous of you. Thank you so much, Acronis, over it. I love my YouTubers. I love them. I love you guys over there. Now, let's go ahead and reopen the lines. 708-240-8953. We are exploring saying stop it with the opportunities. No more. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie, it's Toaster.
Toasty, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Not too good. Not a good night for me.
Oh man, that really makes me sad to hear, Toaster.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Sad?
It does.
Yeah, does it? You sad? You're sad to hear that, huh?
Are you doing a bit? Are we joking?
No, I'm not doing a bit because we don't do bits anymore. We don't do bits anymore. Because you know why?
Why?
Because you know why? Because I've been thinking about you a lot, Leslie. And do you ever think about me?
Yes, of course I do.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you thought about me?
Last time I thought about you, probably earlier today, actually. I was remembering the funny way that you say poetry.
You know what I think?
Huh.
Sounds like you just made that the fuck up. That's what I think. I can tell when you do it. I can tell when you're bullshitting me.
No, the last time I did think about you, it wasn't today. You're right. It was
okay.
Hold on. Let me get
yeah.
Hold on.
Why is it every time I have to
shut up.
for the truth?
Shut up. What did I say reminded me of Toaster the other day?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not. I'm talking to my temporary roommate, not Mish.
Oh my God, Mish, tell Mish I said hey.
No, I will not do that.
No.
I think was it the rehearsal? I think you reminded me you reminded me of like Nathan Fielder. Mish says she loves you.
Hi, Mish.
No, but I genuinely was watching the rehearsal and then I was like, this is giving Toaster vibes.
Hey, what was that new show he was in?
The rehearsal. It's the name of the new show.
There was another show that he was in that he was acting in.
Oh, the like kind of fake reality one, The Curse.
Well, wait, no, okay, stop it, Leslie. I was thinking about our last call like a few weeks ago and how horrible it was.
Why were you thinking so much about it? What's going on?
You can't just sweep that under the rug and pretend it didn't happen and start making small talk with me. Because do you even remember what happened?
No.
That's another thing. It's like I have to remind you of every single call that we have. That's another thing. And that's another thing. Do you even listen to me?
Toaster, what is with all these things? What's going on? This is not you. Listen, if this was Toaster feeling Toaster emotions and then kind of going through something and then coming out on the other side and being Toaster, I'd be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But this is not you. Something is going on. Something that it has nothing to do with our calls, nothing to do with whatever terminology or phrasing I use that you dwell on for like 8 weeks. Is something to do. There's something underneath all of this.
Leslie, there's something I haven't told you.
What's going on?
Okay, maybe you're right. Something bad happened.
What happened?
A few weeks ago.
What happened?
I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
Talk to me.
Okay, but you promise you won't make fun of me?
We'll see, right? I mean, if I do that, I do it as a friend.
Okay,
I'll be very tasteful. I'll be so tasteful, and it'll bring us closer if I do it.
Okay. Well, like a few weeks ago, I was driving home. It was like late at night, and I was driving home from Taco Bell, and I was like driving on the road, right, with the car.
Sure.
And I could like look in front of me, and I could see the street, and my headlights were shining on the street, so I could see what was on the street. And at the very last minute, while I was driving forward, I saw a possum in the middle of the street. Okay. And then I was going too fast, and I couldn't stop on time, so I had to swerve out of the way last minute. And then I stopped after, and I was afraid that I hit it, right? And then I looked back to see if it was okay, and it was just laying there. And it was just laying there still, and I think I hit it, and I think I smashed him, and I think I killed the possum because it was just laying there.
Toaster.
I think I hit it. I swear to God, I swear it was out of the way, but I think I hit it.
Toaster, that's awful. Toaster, why didn't you
stop thinking about it?
Why didn't you say something before this?
I don't know.
You could tell me that.
I just really hate killing animals, even if it's accidental.
I know you do. And that's, I mean, listen, can I tell you something? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I've been in your position.
What, you almost said, you
I did.
feel like you swerved out of the way?
I swerved to avoid it, and it went directly to where I was swerving.
I swear, Leslie, I avoided it though. I swerved so far out of the way. Like I I swear I did not touch that possum. I swear. I swear to God. But I looked back and it was dead. It was just laying there. Dead-like, you know? And I'm replaying the moment in my head. And it's just like, how?
Literal
Leslie,
gold mine
how?
with a communal vision. Real quick. Hold on. One moment. Communal vision from literal gold mine. This dude's a real piece. Finish that sentence however you see fit.
Am I supposed to finish it?
A real piece. Any response to that?
I just can't be funny right now.
I don't want you to be. Listen, you're traumatized, Toaster. Okay, you're traumatized, and I, as your best friend, am taking you seriously because you matter to me.
Well, are you going to make me feel better? Can you make me feel better?
No.
Leslie?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that to you. Listen, at this point right now, if I were to make you feel better, I might as well just abuse you. I might as well molest you right now.
Would you do that?
No.
Okay.
I would not molest you. And I would not abuse you. And I would not make you feel better. This trauma that you're experiencing is a gift, Toaster.
So it's a good thing that I hit the possum?
No, it's a terrible thing. You took the life of a defenseless, innocent animal.
I swear I dodged it. I swear to God.
You crushed it under your car.
No.
You crushed its
even
soft
feel
little
it.
bones. It was so scared when it died.
I didn't even feel it.
It was probably so scared when it died, and I wonder if it thought of its family.
I wonder what its family's thinking right now.
Where's Mama? Where's Dada?
You think it was a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Oh, God. That's even worse.
Yeah, I know. There was a grown woman that probably thought, kids of her own, but her last thought was, where's my mom? Mom, help me. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie.
Why did you hang up on me?
I didn't. I did not. I wouldn't have hung up.
It was said call ended, and I didn't do anything. It wasn't
I didn't do anything.
me.
Communal vision from Stone Monster. Hashtag pray for baby possums.
What if it was pregnant?
Well, listen, I think you have a lot to think about.
What was it doing in the middle of the street anyway? And why did it just sit there when I was driving? Why did it run out of the way? What? It should know not to go on the street. It should know.
Fram, Guru, this shit is depressing. It's killing me. Orc thinks you should interview Toast for the podcast of Devoted Light, and after hearing this call, I agree. Interesting. So yes, we are doing a series of interviews in the podcast of Devoted Light right now, focusing on moderators, potentially expanding that into the future.
Oh, I thought that was only moderators. So it's opening up?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I mean, and speaking of moderators, it's been a long time since we started, talked about the whole situation.
GP Bear says, is this like the last episode of MASH where the possum ends up being a Korean baby?
Never watched that. Never watched that before.
Well, listen, if we're going to talk about anything with mods, Toaster, we're going to talk about how you've blacklisted all of my mods.
Well, yeah, I don't allow moderators of the Leslie Tanner Enterprise to be moderators for anything What's Up Cats Up related.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think that's disrespectful.
It's a conflict of interest. Your favorite little phrase.
Do they run a show called Talkin' Toaster? They should. Orchestar, for the sake of full atonement, Toaster, I would go... For the sake of full atonement, Toaster, I would go ahead and assume it was very pregnant. That's some Orchestra.
Oh, what was it doing in the middle of the street? If it was pregnant, it should be staying home. It's safe, or it's safe. What was it doing out there?
Communal Vision coming in from It All Costs Money. Caller, have you tried hard drugs like heroin or any other opiates? If you have not, I highly recommend you attempt addiction. When you come out of the other side... people will be happy to hear your story. Real quick affirmation for these. You are in a tremendous position to stop saying yes to opportunities.
What is that?
Opportunities have led you down a road that led you here. They can't be good. Now...
Is this a joke? Was that a joke? Was that a joke? Was that planned?
No, it wasn't
Did you do
a
that
joke.
on purpose?
No, it wasn't
Is there
a
always
joke.
a possum? I've never seen a possum on your stream before.
That's because you don't watch the stream, Toaster. That's because you don't watch the stream.
I do watch the stream.
No, you don't.
I know all the callers. I know I know everyone. I know all the inside jokes. I know the little tenants.
No, you don't. You're lying to me. I know when you're lying, and you're lying to me.
No. Try me. Ask me one question. Ask me 10 questions. I'll answer them all with 100% accuracy.
Okay. What opportunity was Dee given in the past couple weeks that he was excited about?
Come on. You're going to ask about what just happened today?
No, this is last week.
Call?
This is last week that we found out about it.
You're gonna okay. Listen, look,
Deceitful says, one time my dad brought me home 2 baby calves. We took care of them for about a year. Then one day they were gone. The next night my dad brought home a lot of frozen meat, steaks, ground beef, etc. I never found out what happened, but man, we ate well. And also, thank you so much for the bits. Overturned Big Rig. Namaste.
Thank you, Overturned Big Rig, for the bit.
Listen, so this is kind of just dragging on, Toaster. You don't watch the stream a lot.
I watch the stream all the time. I call in all the time.
You call in. You call in.
Yeah.
And I love the calls. I love talking to you.
That means I watch if I call in, right?
I think you watch it. You watch for a time to call in. I don't think you watch it.
I watch at the end of each call to see when I can call in. And then sometimes I miss it.
Listen, this is enough. This is enough. I think we got to move on. I know we're ending on a sour note, but listen, you got to think. You got to work. You got to really dwell in the trauma and misery of having killed that possum.
I swear I swerved out of the way. I swear I didn't even feel it. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened.
I mean, the longer you lie to yourself, the longer this is going to take.
What was it even doing in the middle of the street? If it was pregnant, it should have been staying home where it was safe.
Yeah, whatever. You got to feel through. You got to go through it. Like Cherish said,
none of it makes
feel
sense,
that shit.
Leslie. None of it adds up.
Nope. Okay. Well, anything else? Anything else before we move on tonight?
And I spilled my Baja Blast while I was swerving too.
You should have included that in there.
Let me tell you something else about Taco Bell.
It all costs money. Remember when I
cheese-
said thank you, Leslie, for allowing us to call in and express and be understood? This is the kind of autism that the community strives for.
Listen, they took
Namaste,
the cheesy
the program
potatoes off
works.
the Lux Cravings menu. There's no more cheesy potatoes. They just have nachos and cinnamon twists.
Okay. Deceitful, the only way to tell if a possum is playing possum is to keep hitting it with a baseball bat. And we got some jazz, Toaster. It's jazz time.
I'm out. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm
good.
leaving.
Good. Namaste, everybody. A second Jazz Express. What a treat we have for us tonight. Namaste. Toaster, good luck with the possum business. Listen, I love talking to you, but brother, I know you don't watch the stream. Blessings and namaste to you. I'd actually like to see an amount of your stream that I've watched compared to my stream that you've watched. I'd love to see those numbers. Caller, hold on one second. We got a little bit of jazz. Namaste. Blessings to you. Stone Monster saying, Toaster, you're gonna carry that weight. Toaster, you're gonna carry that weight, he says. Pierogi University, thank you so much for 7 bits. Blessings to you, Pierogi. By the way, Pierogi, have you used any of your termies? Pierogi's got 2 termies in the chamber. Two termies, and thank the Guru genuinely cares for all of us loser devotees. Namaste, I do witness. I cherish you. I can breastfeed you. Yeah, not me saying one bit and just saying pee, piss, and then pss for a long time. Pierogi University 7 bits. Thank you, blessings. Namaste. Pierogi. Namaste. Did Pierogi say whether? I don't think so. Yeah, Pierogi, do you still got your termies left? Stone Monster 400 gifting a whole a sub. Wow. Stoney, very generous of you tonight. Yep, I sure do like cat. Namaste. Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Hi, Leslie. It's Fisk.
Fisk! Good to hear from you, Fisk. How you doing tonight?
I'm awake and I'm breathing.
Awake, breathing, and let's add some feeling words to that. Is that good?
It's okay.
Yep, or I shooter like cats coming in. Leslie, I drew you over a transparent background to remind you that you are a shell of a human being with no context to make you worthwhile. Listen, if you only knew how advanced of a statement that was, because I feel like you're trying to dig at me. Are you trying to dig at me, or do you really understand how spiritually clarified that statement is? Because if so, you are ahead of the curve. Let's just say that. If not, I see you. I see you, and that's funny, and I really appreciate that stab, that little jab. We love that kind of stuff here. Now, Fisk, good to hear from you. Talk to me how what's going on with Fisk right now, other than awake, other than breathing. Talk to me. What's going on?
Well, you just asked me to use some feeling words, and that made me uncomfortable.
Right. Why? So that's a feeling. Why'd that make you feel uncomfortable?
Because I don't know what feeling words to use, and I don't know what words to place to my bodily sensations.
Yeah, you often don't.
Yeah.
And I feel you. I understand 100% where you're coming from with that kind of stuff.
Why? Because you have male normative, something. What's it called?
Male normative. Is that like the male PMS or something?
Oh no, male normative alexithymia.
Male normative alexithymia. You know, I love how clinical stuff can make. They can't even just give you alexithymia, right? If it's for guys, they got to make it sound like, yeah, nobody. It's no big fucking deal.
I mean, I don't know if it's a diagnosis. I think maybe they just called that. I don't know.
I know. I feel you. I'm just joking around. We're having fun with the DSM right now. That's all. I'm just fucking around.
Okay. Well.
Male normative alexithymia. No. I'm much. It's much past that for me, given my position, sort of as a mental health expert, but also not expert, mental health leader, but as well as in addition to a sort of spiritual guide, some might say. I understand the feeling with that sometimes things are so overwhelming they're confusing and you don't even know how to place them.
Okay.
Well, anyway, this isn't going that great.
It's not?
No, not super great. And it's not your fault or my fault. It's just something in the air. But let's keep trudging through and see what we can get out of it.
Okay.
Now, talk to me. You know, sometimes when I see like a really motivational thing on the internet, I think of you, Fisk. I'll see something, somebody trying to tell me that, it could be anything from a blatant MLM. It could be anything from that to, Gary V, one of these Gary V male types that's just like very gung-ho about success. And I think of you.
I don't know who that is. Why would you think of me?
Because it's not that I even see you as the opposite, because I don't see you as not successful. What I see you is like a sort of antithesis to whatever is driving them.
What is driving them? I wouldn't know.
Like the antithesis of positivity isn't negativity. It's nothingness, right?
That makes sense to me.
Exactly, I think. And what I mean to say is, well, positive and negative, they're two sides of the same coin. The nothingness is a sort of the antithesis of it. And you, when you call up and you say, I don't know how I feel, you're in outer space. So I feel as if you are the opposite of Gary Vee in that sense, right? Having to use feeling words. Gary Vee doesn't have to worry about using feeling words. He's ready, and he's clapping like a monkey while he says them.
Oh, what do you think he does have to worry about then?
I don't know. He's very tortured. He's a very neurotic, tortured guy. You could say a lot. Real quick, we have two communal visions, one from Literal Goldman, one from Pepperoncini. First from Pepperoncini says, when I think of Fisk, I think of a horse getting his head blown off with a shotgun by an old, tired farmer. Any response?
Am I the horse or am I the farmer?
I mean, honestly, I could see either or both.
Okay.
I could see you just kind of thinking of that and throughout the day, except with more like maybe like blood or like flashing lights or inexplicable drone. Like you kind of just think of stuff like that. And but I could also just see you as a farmer shooting a horse, but then also maybe just a sick horse being shot in the head.
Yeah, a really skinny horse with no legs.
Yeah, skinny horse, no legs, just kind of it's starving to death. Literal Goldmine says, Leslie, that person who sent that last communal vision hit you with a stab and a jab, but the guys that his dad finds for his mom at the flea market so he can fulfill his dark cuck fantasies hit his mom with a couple stabs and jabs too. Now I'm gonna say Literal Goldmine. Thank you for coming to my defense. I'll always remember this. I'll never forget it. So yeah, what do you feel like? You feel like a sick horse?
I feel like I am the dialectical process of the horse, considering running away from the farmer, trying to shoot it, and then laying down and licking up the farmer's tears, and just accepting death, if that makes sense.
So you said you're the dialectical process. So you're a process.
I'm the process between accepting and walking towards death. I am the back and forth motion of it.
All right. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was getting at. That's kind of what I was trying to say earlier, is that I could see you as something like that.
Okay.
We're saying no to opportunities tonight, Fisk. What's some opportunities that you have said no to recently?
Recently, I've been waking up and there have been like these just square blocks of text in front of my face. Just not from my phone, just like in the air, in like an ancient language that I don't understand, but I know it's asking me to take some kind of opportunity.
Sure, yeah.
To embody something, and I'm like, I don't know, I can't read this. Like, I don't know, like, how am I supposed to accept an opportunity that I don't understand?
Right. Does it motivate you to try to figure it out, or do you just kind of let it wash over you and move on?
No, I think I forget about it because I'm too sleepy, so I just fall asleep.
You could be the worst prophet in the world, in the history of time.
Yeah, I could be. I could be rejecting the opportunity to be the worst prophet.
No, I think you are. Well, in a way, you're because I mean, what I think those things might be doing, those might be messages from God, and giving you an opportunity to become a prophet, but But by you not like even trying to figure it out, you're like a prophet who just keeps hitting snooze.
Well, I'm not worried about it because I don't think I have a choice. If that is what God wants me to do, I think I'll just be forced to do it, even if it hurts. So sometimes you don't need to take opportunities. You just need to let go. You don't need to say yes or no.
Oh
You don't
my
need to
God.
even think about the
That's so
concept of
beautiful.
opportunity.
What you just said is so beautiful. Can you say that one more time?
I said sometimes you don't even need to consider the concept of opportunities. You don't need to say yes or no. You just need to let go. And yeah.
Now that's some next level shit. Fisk, you're always coming on here and at some point saying some next level shit. You know that?
No, I don't know that.
Well, I'm telling you, we've had some of the most in-depth conversations within the program here with just between you and I.
I believe you.
Yeah, you're a tremendous force in that you've given up on a level that these people that are watching you right now, they will spend the rest of their lives trying to get to where you just are right now.
They will. I don't believe that.
No, I mean, they're here. They're here at Explorations. They're here to take the tools. They're here to learn the lessons. But like I said, what you just said, let's back up and go over that one more time. You just said you don't even have to think about saying yes or no to opportunities once you've let go enough.
Yeah.
Right? You're not even engaged in the offer of an opportunity because you have given up on such a profound level.
I don't think of them as opportunities. It's just like suggestions, and it's like I don't like if it's right for me, then it won't even feel like an opportunity. I feel like I'm just being forced to do it. So I'll do it.
The amount of clarity that it takes for the human mind to see the foundation of reality as a suggestion and to allow it to emerge. Fisk, I'm telling you, you're a tremendous force here, tremendous power. These people here, they're gonna be waking up tomorrow. Their trigger fingers are gonna be itching for opportunities. They're gonna be look. I gotta make the day, and we're gonna make the day happen. I gotta make money. I gotta go to work. I gotta do my hobbies. I gotta go work out. Blah 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 blah. They're not even close to what the shit you just said. Frame Weird. In my final days as Explorer of the Month, I'd like to say that I think Fisk should win it soon, if not next.
I have nothing to say about that.
Interesting. Well, listen, let's just leave it right there. I don't think you saying anything is going to add in to what you've already shared with us tonight.
Okay.
Tremendous call. Once again, Fisk. I really appreciate you calling up tonight.
I appreciate you taking my call, Leslie. Are you never mind.
What were you going to say?
Nothing.
You have to say
Bye.
it now.
I was gonna ask if you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay.
All right. Okay, namaste.
Namaste.
Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
You could call me Bill.
Interesting. Okay. Bill, welcome back to the program. I feel like I've heard your voice before. You've called before,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to give you a call back because I noticed that the energy level of your callers is pretty low, and I had an opportunity today to take some fentanyl, so I'm pretty chill as well. And some
Great.
morphine.
So you had the opportunity to take some fentanyl, and you said yes.
Yeah, I was in the back of an ambulance, and the ambulance driver said, "Would you like some fentanyl?" And I said, "Yes, please." And then, so I'm pretty, and I took morphine later, and then some other, they loaded me up with something else in the IV. So I'm pretty fucking chill right now, but every caller you've had is so goddamn chill. I just figured I was right on the level, even though I might not be the only one who took fentanyl today, but I can openly admit it.
Well, listen, Bill,
right
you've
now.
been terminated. You've been terminated by an explorer. So do you know what that means?
Yeah, thank you.
Namaste. Terminated. Pierogi saying nine. Pierogi, you got one left. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
It's Michaela again.
Michaela, book ending the show.
I'm being greedy because I wanted to say, I have to be nice. No, I don't have to. I like to be nice a lot of the time, but I've sort of been sussing out the vibe of your show, and I think it's okay to be a little mean and a little annoying, and I think that's nice because I don't get to do that other places in my life.
Look at that, guys. Can we get some excitement going in the chat right now? Can we see some emotes in the chat? It's truly a gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you spend your whole life outside of this, not doing that for reasons that can be productive to get into. But how does it feel to be able to do that here?
It feels good because I don't actually want to hurt anybody's feelings. But it's
right, and even if you do, you don't have to give a shit.
Yeah, I do give a shit though, but I'm gonna act like I don't. And
do you?
What? Sorry, my cat was
Do you? Do you?
Yeah, I do. I there was a fly that fell into a water bowl, yesterday, and instead of killing it, I was just gonna let it drown, but then I felt bad, and so I threw it outside and let it live.
What is your cat doing over there?
She doesn't like the cyanide that I've been giving her.
Right. Okay.
Right. So, wow, Fisk is saying a lot.
Yeah, Fisk going ape shit on that emote.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, so you're mean and annoying, and what feels truer? I would say that this aspect of you is in some ways truer.
Yeah.
Than the nice.
Right.
Well, I would go as far as to say is that one is this nice thing is like aspirational and requires a lot of energy and effort. But
sure. Yeah.
But this being annoying and talking shit and being kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
I think this is Michaela. You haven't even been here that long already. The transformation's amazing.
Yeah, the program really works. It really works.
The program really works. Do you see why people say it?
Yeah. And see, I was hesitant to call in again because I didn't want to be annoying, but see, I don't care. Michaela.
Yeah, but ultimately the program worked almost too good because here you are. We got a communal vision from Pepper and Cheney saying Magala. So we're saying the K in your name and replacing it with the word gay. So kind of calling you gay. How does that feel?
Well, I did sort of channel mask lesbian today.
How'd you do that?
I wore like I didn't wear any makeup, but I wore a bunch of jewelry, and I wore like a shirt, like a big shirt and some baggy pants.
Framwyard says, feels like it was only a matter of time until the last caller said a slur. Bill. So Bill saying Bill was gearing up, loading the chamber up to say a slur. Which one do you think?
I'm not mean enough to say a slur. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can't. Well, we can't even say him anyway. I was just kind of, what letter do you think it's going to start with from that guy?
Oh, probably the N one.
Did you hear that, Bill? Did you hear that? Bill's watching. Bill's watching still, and I'll bet he's.
Here.
I wonder if he could let us know how accurate we are right now. Cougar Pie, 100 bits. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. You just can't stop. You can't stop being inspired by the program. I understand how it goes. Blessings and namaste to you, Cougar Pie. Now. I literally, no one said anything. Fram. Is this anxious Fram talking, or is this coming from Insight? I said you can't say it. I literally said that.
Are you chewing ice?
I did.
That's really bad for your teeth.
Okay, you've been terminated. That's Toaster. I'm watching. I watch every episode. That's what Toaster is saying. Chombies, namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. You're going to be our final caller for the night. What's something I can call you tonight?
It's Mish.
Holy moly, it's Mish. Mish finally got in, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's really great to hear from you. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm getting ready for bed. Kisu's with me.
Kisu's with you. You got a cat named Kisu with you. You're sleepy. You're getting ready for bed. And so tonight, how you feeling about the program tonight, Mish? You're the sort of bookend of the callers. Let's do a quick little recap. How you feeling?
I feel great.
About the show? Or
Yeah. Why not?
Beautiful.
Should I not?
No, I was just curious what you meant.
Yeah, I feel great about the show. It was honestly really nice to listen to you and Toaster have like such a, I don't know, just a very sweet, honest call with each other.
Well, I'm not kidding around when I say I care about Toaster. I know it's hard for him to believe that. It's hard for him to accept warmth and affection. You can see his bristles come up from a mile away.
Yeah.
I mean, right away, the first call we had with him, he was nervous about talking to a lady at work, and then he had a series of love affairs with inanimate objects for about 2 years after that. Defense.
Yeah, I just think it's beautiful. Like, your friendship is so nice. Like, it's obvious you're best friends.
Right? You can tell it's just very natural for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice.
It's really nice.
What else did you who else is called who else has called you like tonight, huh?
I loved everyone's calls. Really no negative thing to say about a single caller.
Not a single one.
No, I think it's awesome that Bill guy just said yes to fentanyl.
Yeah, Bill's a wild guy. He's called before. Fisk Mummy 2, Lesbian Tanner lesbianing out. Yes, we are Mish Gale and Leslie Tanner lesing out. Let's les out. What's up, my lesies? Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love lesbians.
Me too.
I love lesbians. Don't even get me started about lesbians. That's what I always say.
I won't.
You know, let's just say also, and lesbians love me.
It's true. When I met you, I think every single female friend you had was a lesbian.
Yep. Check, check,
And I
check.
assume still is.
All the way down the line.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's also true still. Fran Weard, I'm anxious because people have been messaging me that Phil is trolling again. Sorry, Guru. I can be regular again. Well, there we go. That's interesting. Interesting to know. Thanks so much, Fran. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I could base... I like... If lesbians were having a cookout, I'm invited to the cookout, as they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to the cookout with the lesbians, and they and we get along great. TravCam 0. This was a total shit show. Jerry Springer would vomit. My uncle, he's in the room with me, not me. No fucking idea what that meant. TravCam. Trav. What did the not me mean? Well, listen, what else is going on? We're saying no to opportunities. We've done some really tremendous work within the program tonight. Mish, what are some opportunities that you're just tired of saying yes to?
Well,
Communal Vision coming in from Orchestar. Hey, how do we feel about Rosie O'Donnell?
I don't really know anything about Rosie O'Donnell other than she is a lesbian.
I'm on her side. She's a lesbian.
Yeah, I'm on her side.
She's a lesbian.
I'm on lesbian side.
I mean, how bad could it get?
It's probably fine.
You know, how bad could it get? Now. We've got another communal vision from TravCam 0. Very inspired, Trav. Trav, I would never say those things. My uncle said that. It would never come from me. A proud follower of the program and supplicant to your will. And that's some beautiful loyalty. Thank you so much, Trav. I appreciate the clarification. Interesting pattern, though. I'd love to speak to your uncle directly if that's possible. So what's some opportunities that you have just been tired of saying yes to?
Well, I haven't said yes to any, but I've gotten so I reactivated my Facebook account.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. There's just so many people I fell out of touch with. I think it'd be nice to just keep in touch.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. Facebook's really good for that.
Yeah, my inbox has been flooded by people that I went to high school with, though, and a few of my cousins that I don't really talk to.
So it worked pretty well then. You're already in touch with these people?
Yeah. But they keep telling me they have business opportunities, and that I can make my own schedule if I sign up for some stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Through them.
Yeah. So what are some of these? What are some of these opportunities?
One of them is I could. They all involve staying at home, which sounds nice.
Okay.
There's one. It's clothing. I could sell clothing.
Okay. Pepperoncini says, Sir Rosie O'Donnell performed the most powerful rendition of a retard on the silver screen I've ever seen. Did she get a role like that?
I don't know.
I'd love to see that. Or at least I'd love to see an audition. Maybe she auditioned for Gilbert Grape. That retarded character in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I'd love to see her just go for it. Orchestar.
I've never seen that movie.
Is Hillary Clinton a lesbian? Because if a lesbian were responsible for Benghazi, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, it really, I think you could probably take that formula and apply it to a lot of stuff. If Blackwater was all lesbians,
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. It's a little more fun.
Well, it's also like the ultimate girl boss.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
You don't
no,
think that?
I know. I see what you're saying. It's confusing that way. Like
Yeah.
they're because if they were straight women, it would be we'd all hate them. But if they're just like really close lesbians, like friends,
Yeah, that's cute.
that's kind of cute. Even if they like did some heinous shit.
Yeah, but they were being like so real about it, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like trying to think of some other lesbian. Oh, yeah, let's get back to these opportunities. Enough about the lesbians. Talk to me about your opportunities. So it sounds like you've got selling clothing from home.
Yeah,
And
there's another one is makeup. And if you do good enough, they give you a car.
right. So listen, I don't know if these opportunities are really really what you're looking for.
Oh, why? There's also one where it's like scented wax melts. It's very cute.
Yeah, and you're getting a lot of them, right? They're excited.
Yeah, it made me feel real cutesy.
And from people that you haven't talked to in a long time?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are my cousins, though.
Yeah, but are you close to them? Like, it's kind of weird that they're talking to you so excitedly, right?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're just, like, excited to help me out. Because I've always wanted to, like, make my own schedule and be my own boss.
Yeah, sure. And I think you could do that, but I think these opportunities aren't. I don't think they're what they're telling you they're going to be.
Why not?
I think they're trying. Well, fuck it. Just go for it. Yeah, never mind.
Really?
Yeah. I think this sounds really good.
Which one, though?
All of them.
The clothing one is fun?
All of them.
'Cause,
Every single one. Every single one. Just go
Every
down the
single
list
one?
and say yes to every single one.
Okay, I need you to, like, loan me money, though.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we can get a nice little fundraiser going on the program.
Yeah, I need to, like, buy stock.
Maybe we could do
of
like a
the
let's
stuff before
do
I
like a
sell it.
GoFundMe, huh?
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's do a little GoFundMe and then yeah, like pre-breakfast banana just said, you're gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah, that's the goal, you know?
Well, awesome. This is such an maybe we should rethink my whole approach to this because this sounds like $1 million
So
bucks
we
for
should
you.
say yes to opportunity because your
Wow.
whole thing was about saying no, right?
Right.
But now that I've called in, we should say yes.
I don't know about that, but I think these are good ones. I think that you're about to change your life. You're going to get to go on vacations. You're going to get $1 million.
Well, I guess I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, don't think about it. Just leave that to me. You just go succeed.
Okay, well, I feel like you change your tune every time I call in about the theme.
What are you talking about?
Like the last time I called in was for like the program works, and I said it didn't work, but then I started asking you questions, which is literally a tenet of the program, and you were getting pissed that I was asking questions.
No, because you do it from bad faith. You do that to destroy
No, it was not
the
bad
program.
faith. I was asking genuine, real questions.
No, you've
and
got
you
an
didn't know how to
attitude. You've had an
answer them.
attitude all night if you really want to get into it until this call. I was trying to be happy for you, but you've honestly had a shitty attitude about the program all night.
No, I didn't. I
Yes,
was
you have.
being such
This
a
is the
sweetie
most
pie in
effective
the
personal
chat.
power program, and you called
I've been
up and you
yes
said, I can't
queening
swim.
everyone who calls in.
You kept saying rude shit. You kept saying rude shit all night from the chat.
No, I've been saying very kind things.
No, you
to
haven't. Literal
everybody.
Goldmine says, I will be treble sinewed, hearted, breathed, and fight maliciously for when mine hours were nice and lucky. Hillary Clinton did ransom lives of me for jests. But now I'll set my teeth and send to darkness all that stopped me.
I love that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That was awesome.
Well, namaste, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We're going to go raid Graham. It's been a while since we raided him.
You were kind of like not as excited about that as I was.
We're gonna go to Namaste. Thank you so much, Literal Goldmine did spin some very beautiful shit. Thank you, Literal Goldmine. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my mods.
really
Community
exciting.
devoted light. I'll see you all Thursday evening
forget
for
to
another exploration.
unfollow.
Shut the
Smash
fuck
that
up.
unfollow.
Stop it.
Charge your credit card
Namaste.
back. Get rid of that sub.
Okay, we rated.
Bye.
Bye.